Hola, vamos a repasar los verbos con cambios de raiz. So hopefully you tried this grammar on your own, but if you were confused, it's not surprising. Let's go over it. So, stem changing verbs. Most verbs, we just drop the AR, drop the ER, drop the IR, and we add endings. We also have a handful of irregulars, things like ser and ear, where we just memorize a chart. But there's a group of verbs that fits into a special category called stem changing verbs. For stem changing verbs, we still drop the AR, ER, IR, just like we have been. So in this case, ER on the first two, IR on the last one. But the stem, the part that remains, changes in what we call the boot. The boot is the singular forms and the eos, as, ustedes form. So if it is an E to IE verb like querer means to want, we take the stem QUER and inside the boot we change it to QUIER. Q, I can't apparently make a Q today. Try that again. QUIER. QUIER. And it would be the same in all of the boot. Outside of the boot, meaning the nosotros and vosotros form, we would just have care. And then once we've dealt with our stem, we still conjugate like normal. So it's an ER, we use our ER endings. Quiero, quieres, quiere, queremos, queréis, quieren. Okay? Bien? Poder, can or to be able to. All right? Poder is an ODUE. My stem looks like it should be pod, but inside my boot, it's going to be puede. Puede, 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 and again over here, puede. But for the two that are outside the boot, it is going to be pod. Pod. Good? And then my endings are normal ER endings, just like here. Puedo, puedes, puede, podemos, podéis, pueden. Okay? Pedir, E to I. E to I are really rare. They only happen on IR verbs. Pedir means to request, to ask for, to order, as in like order food in a restaurant. So pedir, the E changes to I in the stem in the boot. So I have pid, 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 pid. And up here I have ped and ped. And then I deal with my endings. IR endings almost the same as ER. Pedo, pedes, pede. These two are different. Pedimos, pedis, and then peden. Good? Now, obviously, querer is an E to IE. The other ones you know that are E to IE are empezar, which is to start or to begin. Pensar, which is to think. Cerrar, which is to close. Entender, which is to understand. And preferir, which is to prefer. Okay? ODUE, your other ones that you know besides poder are volver, which is to return. Almorzar is to eat lunch or to lunch. Probably don't say that phrase terribly often, but it does happen. Encontrar, to find, can also be to meet up, but we usually use it as to find. My brain is blinking on the other two. One moment, please. Okay, sorry, I had to look them up. The other two are co-star, which is to cost. Co-star, I should only ever see third person for. That an item costs or items cost. You don't cost things, or I'm concerned about your life choices. And the other choice is dormir, to sleep. Okay? Pedir, the only other ida I you know right now is servir, to serve. Okay? Moving down. Stem changing verbs only change in the boot or the bota if you're speaking Spanish. This means the nosotros and vosotros forms don't change. Okay? And if there is more than one E in a verb, not including the ER part, it is always the second E that changes. So for example, entender. We don't include this ER because that's not part of the stem. But there are two E's. It is the second E that changes. All right, down here at the bottom, we have querer. Maria would be in the boot, so it will stem change. I'd have Quier. And then the ending would be E, quiere, for Maria. Poder with nosotros. Nosotros is outside the boot, doesn't change, so I'm going to just have pod. And then the ending, amos, podemos. Okay? Last three. Pedir with yo. Yo is inside the boot, so I would stem change, so I'd have ped. And the ending for yo, of course, is o. Vosotros, no stem change, so I'm just going to have intend. It's an ER verb, so my ending is ace, intendeis. Two, inside the boot, yes, it stem changes. Change the O to UE. Encuentro. It's an AR verb. Two ending for AR verbs is as. Just a reminder for AR, because we didn't do any as our examples. O, as, amos, ais, on. Same as our ER, just with an A. So, good. If you still have questions, por favor me preguntas. Otherwise, buena suerte. Adios.